Steelix is going to be a Soul Vested as well as the Gudra. His team's very special, so I'm going to try to do everything I can to deny a Specs Lele from sweeping me, or the Raichu, which is his Hackmon. The Raichu is... Oh, I have to restart, but let's talk in the meantime. His Raichu is Compound Eyes and gets some pretty good coverage. It has Blue Flare, it has Thunder, it could be... Shoot. Maybe... Did he give it Fire Blast? I don't remember. Anyway, we're going to restart the match because I messed up my Slowbro. I'm also bringing my Darmanitan Galar, which should outspeed pretty much everything on his side. Just waiting for this to get in. Oh, and my so my Steelix is Prism Armor, and my Rotom is Triage with Parabolic Charge. So just keep that in mind. You'll see that a lot during this match. Alright, so looking at his team, I'm pretty scared about the Hawlucha Lele combination. My Rotom can deny the Hawlucha, but if it's specially bulky enough, it could be a little bit scary. With the Spadef raise from the second train, it could be a problem. I'm also a little bit worried about Vikavolt coming in and getting Sticky Web up. Even though it doesn't matter too much on my team, I try to want to deny that as much as I can. Probably something Scarfed on his team. If the Lele Scarf, it is going to tie with my Darmanitan, so that's something to keep in mind. I want to lead with my Steelix immediately because I don't want webs to go up right now. Alright, so we lead off with Steelix, and he does lead with his Venusaur. Probably wants to get a Mega off pretty quickly. I can go for 1,000 arrows. It covers for any switch in he has, and probably does pretty good damage to the Venusaur anyway. Since I'm a Soul Vested, I'm not too worried about if he goes for like a Leech Seed or anything on me. I do decide to go and switch a Gudra actually. So he does Sleep Powder here, but I am Sap Sipper Gudra, which I'm hoping will basically wall this Venusaur. It could be toxic, which would be a little bit annoying. But I just go for an Earthquake. It looks like it's Sludge Bomb, probably Leech Seed, in my guess. I believe that's a set that he likes to run, so I'm going to Dragon Tail here. Since he wants to stay in, I'm going to try to switch out to something else, like the Raichu. Perfect. So I can get a pretty strong Earthquake off into something, since he knows he doesn't want to stay in on that. Steelix should wall this pretty well. He is going to Moon Blast, and I want to check that damage immediately. I need to know if this thing is Specs or Scarf, and maybe I do it the next turn. So it is Rough Skin Garchomp, which is a little frustrating, but I have a Mega Slowbro that can take it. I also have Defensive Sylveon, which should take any hit he wants to do if he decides to Scale Shot. He gets a crit here, but I'm not too worried about it. I know that when I Mega, or actually Calc, but I want to make sure that when I Mega, it should still be able to eat one. And let me check the damage. Yeah, it looks like it is max attack, so that's good to know. And a crit won't kill me if I turn into Mega Bro. I mean, it wouldn't kill me anyway, right? Because it would only do 41. Or 45, I guess. But when I Mega, I'm just checking this real quick. I decided to leave the Calcs in this time. There we go. So I can see it only does 30, so I'm fine to slack Mega and slack off. I can go into my Steelix here. It should wall, even if it has Energy Ball. That would be neutral, and since I'm a Soul Vested, I'm not too worried about it. Steelix is going to get chipped down pretty quickly, but Ribbons can come in and wish it back up. Same thing with the Gudra. If he turns out to be Energy Ball too, I can always go Gudras instead. So he's going to get Sticky Webs up, but I can just Wish Pass into something else here. depending on what he goes to. Since this is defensive, if he wants to bring in Venusaur and go for a Sludge Bomb, which is probably his best bet, I can just bring in Steelix right away and heal it back up. So I'm not too worried about my positioning. Yeah, like I said, he could sleep Goodra, or he could sleep Steelix, so I'm a little worried about that, which is why I end up going Steelix anyway. But if he slept there, oh, he does sleep and he misses, which is really unfortunate for him. I think probably going Goodra was a better play, but I felt like being a little greedy. He is gonna sleep, and I will get my my boost again. I can Dragon Tail again, and I know. Do I stay in on this? I don't remember what I do. I just go right out to Steelix, because I know that once I could probably live 2, and I can Rapid Spin up and get rid of the webs, which is going to be very important for Darmanitan. Do I? Or do I just decide to stand? I don't remember. I'm doing this post-commentary like a week after, so I am very fuzzy. I'm trying to see how much damage Steelix will take from a Specs. Oh, you know what? This is when I'm calculating what the Lele damage is, if it's Scarf or if it's Specs. So it turns out it is Specs. So I can go into Steelix again and take another Moonblast or Psychic or whatever. Yeah, there's nothing. Even a Focus Blast would only do, like, I think it said 60%. So I could just switch right out again. This one, I know it's Moonblast, so I can just Rapid Spin, go right back into Jelly Dragon to wall this thing. Even though Archoke's not taking a lot of damage, I could still Dragon Tail and get damage off into something. And I know he doesn't want to stand with this this mon, so Earthquake is free. I can Dragon Tail again, bring in something else. Hopefully one of these times I can get in, get damage off into something else. Decide to go Bromance here and just teleport out. It does get put to sleep, which is a little unfortunate. But I see that he doesn't have a grass move, so I'm not too worried about it since he revealed Earth Power. He is going to start setting up with his Raichu, which is super scary. This new thing does have Focus Blast, and with the Compound Eyes, it's not going to miss. I decided to just sack the Slowbro. At this point, it's not walling anything. I really have a strong core between Steelix and Goodra. I also know that this thing isn't Scarf, which he likes to run sometimes. So I can just outspeed and get an Ice Punch off into something. Even if he goes for Venusaur, I'm still going to get some pretty good damage off into it. Nothing on his team really wants to take an Ice Punch. He's really thinking about this because he knows that I have him in a bad spot. And basically something dies. I'm just checking that I'm max speed. Okay, I was just checking that. And I get a freeze off into Artichoke, which is really unfortunate for him. It would have done another 40% and been enough for it to recover. But unfortunately, it stays frozen and actually goes down. And the last one does crit too, which is especially unfortunate. If it hadn't froze and I had gotten that crit, I think it would have still killed, unfortunately. So that's a little funny. He decides to bring in Pop Rocks here, probably just to set up another... I don't know, actually. He could be... Yeah, I'm not too sure what this thing wants to do. If it gets up another Sticky Webs, that could be a little scary. I see Ice Punch isn't going to kill. It was worth a shot, but I go for it anyway. Yeah, 42%. That thing is bulky. He does get a crit right back, which is, yeah, rude, exactly. But I don't need health on... Well, actually, it does matter because I have to play very careful with Darmanitan now. I can't let Garchomp get rocks up, or else Darm will just die. I decide to stay in and punch it because I know I'm faster. But he switches out, which is very unfortunate. Um, Probably just to activate his Holucha, which I don't blame him. I figure something dies here, even if it SDs. He does just go for acrobatics. Somehow he actually Gujar lives, so it's able to take another one. Um, and now I can just bring in Rotom. Could Oblivion Wing for some pretty for neutral damage, or I could just Volt Switch out. I think two. I decided to go Sylveon. I kind of messed up there, but I'm glad I decided to switch it out. Rotom probably would have been chipped pretty hard by the Holucha. So I'm just going to protect. Hopefully, I was hoping it didn't Sword Stance, but I want to just get some chip off on Rotom before I take this thing out. I don't need Sylveon for too much after this. I'm thinking about Hyper Voicing because I know he's going to Sword Stance, but I just can't risk it. And he does Sword Stance, so if I had Hyper Voice there, I think it would have just been game over. I know this doesn't kill, but at least I'm able to get some damage off into him. I really wish I had Quick Attack over Heal Bell right now, but Heal Bell was too important. This is what we call big oops. Now I can bring in Rotom. I know I live in Acrobatics, and I can just Parabolic Charge for the kill. I probably should have just let Sylveon go down, honestly, but it's a nice it's nice for Garchomp exactly. Oblivion Wing probably would have done a lot, but I decided to sack Sylveon here and deny the Scale Shot, which he does go for a Scale Shot, which is fine by me. I can just Hyper Voice in case he wants to Sword Stance for some reason. And at this point, Darmanitan should just be able to Ice Punch Sweep. If he had called my switch and set up Stealth Rocks, which I don't know if he had, on the switch to like Sylveon from Rotom or something like that, I would have just lost because Darm wouldn't have been fast enough to win. So I don't know if that was a misplay on my part. It kind of comes down to if he had Rocks on Garchomp. If he did, I should have just sacked the Rotom and then brought in whatever. But it all worked out, I guess. Anyway, it was a really good game to Juge, and I'll see you guys next week for the round 2.